All right, we are live. How are you, Ricky Bird?
I'm great tonight. How about you?
I see you in the background.
A little cold.
Yeah, it's freezing.
Yeah.
It is freezing. Totally freezing.
Okay, yeah, it is.
We can't see you back there.
You can't see me back there?
No.
You gotta turn that camera around.
I gotta turn that camera around so I can get you in. Oh, there you go. There you go. Wave to your peoples.
Yeah. Why are we in a little crowd? We have a full screen today?
Well, I made it smaller because I got a PowerPoint.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, cool.
So, how are you tonight?
Good.
You had a little quick bite to eat?
Yeah, I'm about ready to find as they say in the service, about ready to find a rack so I can lay down.
A rack?
Yeah.
What? No, you getting ready to do
but like, you know, the night's still young. Like the night's still young, so you're gonna move on. So what you got for everybody tonight? What's the topic for tonight?
Well, we're gonna talk about 2019 plan series. So what we're gonna be discussing is several types of plans. And those plans consist of the personal plan, the professional plan, and the business plan.
Okay.
And you should have all three. Irregardless if you're thinking about starting a business or not, you're going to definitely one day get to a point in your life where retirement's there and you have to do something to supplement your income. You may even already have that need to supplement your income as we speak. And looking for a second part-time job is not the answer. Just don't even look at life as that, in that capacity. Look at something that you can call your own. You can develop your own brand. You can, I always tell people, go out. I told my son, get out there and go work in the industry that you love and that you want to be a part of, and give it 5 years and then do your own thing.
Right, do your own thing. And like, that brings me to like a very good point. You have to, if you have aspirations of doing something, you need training in it. You can't just go out and do it. Like what is nowadays, because like everybody else is doing it.
Is that on my stuff? Yeah, that's on my books and stuff.
It's all your books.
Yeah. I push it back. Yeah. I got so much stuff.
What I want to say is, you have to have some type of something like to land upon. Like right now, if you look at what's happening now, if you are laid off now, and this goes into like conjunction with what you're doing now, training as far as like your recruitment. Right now, they're not wanting you to go to school anymore. They want you to go get a job. And then what better way, like twofold scenario, is to go ahead on and like to get a job or to go to school.
Yeah, well, a lot of folks are collecting unemployment, or they're working part-time and trying to do multiple things to increase their finances. And these agencies that are available don't really look, proudly upon entrepreneurship. In some places, not all places are, right. Not all places are like that. We happen to know another location where entrepreneurship. You can live in Section 8, and they have programs for entrepreneurship that you can run right out of your Section 8 home, so that you can rise above the need for their services. So it's just, and that's true. It is so true. When I heard that, I could not believe it. We were riding past in DC, and we had just come from a meeting, and we were actually giving the presenter a ride home, and she said, "Look at that building over there." She said, "There's about 50 businesses located in that Section 8 housing." I'm like, "What?" She said, "Yeah. The government gave out a grant, and you had to apply for the grant, and you could get a certain number of dollars of startup money to create a home-based business if you lived in Section 8 housing." So it's encouraging you to do better and be better.
Do better and be better. And like, what better way? That was one of the requirements. You would have to live in a Section 8.
Yeah, that grant was specifically for, right.
Like government money. What better way to get ahead? So even though whatever you see on the news, it is some positive people and positive programs that are out there that will allow you to step forward. And what better way? This is the end of 2018 going into 2019, and you want to have a plan. And that's what Trina's going to go into a little deeper understanding about this.
Right. So what I want to first say before we get into that, I want to go into just talking about the training program, the TBYRD Live e-show. We are broadcasting every Wednesday from 7 p.m. and live on Facebook as well as on our internet e-show. And so if you missed it, you have three ways to find it. You can find it on our internet e-show page. You can find it on TBYRD Live, and you can also find it recorded on the Facebook Live. So there's 3 ways to actually get us. And the most popular way is this here, where facebook.com/TBYRD Live show. That's where everybody pretty much finds us. I like you to go there because then we can determine how many people watched it, whereas the other formats don't really give us a count. The second thing I want to go over is the I don't know why I keep losing my picture when I do that.
You got it back?
Yeah, I can easily get it back, but it just it kind of goes away for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, there it is. You want everybody to see you?
I want to see my new microphone, my new apparatus here that I got.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now, because you know when we air, when we go live, if you call before this e-show, you will receive, in this particular case, we were giving away the marketing your business using video ebook. So we always have an ebook that we give away, but it's only if you register at tbyrdliveshow@gmail.com before the show. Before the show. If you're before the show, then you can easily get that access to that ebook that we're giving away for that show that night. So definitely take advantage of that. Now, the other item I want to go over before we go on to the next, that's it. Yeah. So let's go over the lineup for today. This is a series. So when I say series, I'm definitely meaning that we will be going over, hold on a minute. We'll be going over what we will be doing on the show. And what we'll be going over for the next couple of weeks will be the, oh, come on, I'm trying to bring it up for you. We will be going over the different types of plans that we will be not only covering, but we will also be showing you how to get them done. So let's just minimize this. Minimize that. We'll get straight here. Put it down there. And if you have any questions, we will definitely be able to record the chats live, and you can see them right on the screen, and we will answer the question right down in this area, and actually post the question and then answer the question while we're doing the show. But again, this is our plan for the next 4 weeks: the personal plan, the professional plan, the business plan, and then how do you do it. So that last show right before Christmas, we're going to be giving you all the tools that you'll need to be able to complete all 3 plans. But it works in conjunction with our live Facebook TBYRD Live e-show. So at the end of each one of these shows, you will actually register and get the free personal plan template. And in conjunction with what we will be covering during this show, will assist you in being able to complete your personal plan. And then on top of that, every single week thereafter, up until right before Christmas, we'll be doing the other two, professional plan and business plan. And then we're going to show you how to bring all of it together so that going into 2019, you have touched base with everything that you need to make 2019 a success for your life. On a personal level, professional if you're working for somebody, and then if you don't have a business, gearing yourself towards starting that business, and if you do have a business, obviously it's going to be great to enhance your business.
So we're here to help you achieve that goal. Now, if you look at the four at the four bullets, you won't be able to get it through all in one night. These are series, and that's why. And there's a lot of bonus packages too. We're going to go into a little bit of like how to develop self-determination, because I know last year, just like I did, I fell off on like a lot of things too for my 2018 resolutions. I didn't complete them, but I was a little slow or like delinquent on it. So this will keep you on that track if you follow this plan, because it has been affected by Trina. She has more did like the details, because she did everything she wanted to do in 2000.
Why you trying to say that? Well, I don't know if I did everything I wanted to do. Like, maybe I thought about everything. I would try to do everything, I guess.
Right, because you know how to embody that self-determination and like establish a strong identity. You know how to do that, and a lot of people don't know how to do that. Like, you're going to go through that. I'm still learning too. It's a learning. It's
somebody knocking on the door.
Somebody knocking on the door.
Oh, all right, Rick, you gotta run get that.
It might be the mailman.
It might be your package. Oh, it better be my Christmas.
Oh, it better be your Christmas.
Yeah, it better be. All right, I'm gonna keep going while he gets that door. That's the beauty of being able to do this in the comfort of your office, home office. People, you get some interruptions. Let's make sure he's okay. You okay, Ricky? All right, so let's get started. I'm going to go right into what the personal plan is. So, a personal plan is pretty much a personal development plan, and therefore you are enhancing your personal experience, whether it be your home life, your career. I wouldn't put career because that's under the professional, but your personal life, whether it's family, friends, just pretty much organizing your home, getting everything in order, so that things run a little bit more organized and a little more smooth. And I think that when you actually get that organization into play for your personal life, it transposes itself over into your professional and your business life. And so therefore, you feel like your foundation is strong enough to be able to build upon. And so therefore, you can build a better product at work, and you can build a new or better product at your business. And so that is really what we want to accomplish with the personal plan, which is why I decided that we wanted to put together this series right before the end of the year, so that when you start in January, you have a plan. It's already in place, and all you have to do is execute your plan. So important. I can't tell you how important it is to make sure that you have a plan of action, because most of us on a yearly basis create what we call our New Year's resolution. There we have it, our New Year's resolution. Everybody sets them up. We even go so far as to write it down and make a list. And then I'm not going to out anybody because I have the same issue. How long does it last? Guess what we did this year? We decided not to wait until New Year's. We decided October 1st of this year to eliminate sugar and carbs from our diet. And we are now in, well, we did October. Can you get that light? Because it's a glare. It's October 1st to November 1st, 30 days. And I'll turn it off. And then now we're November 1st going into December 1st, which is right around I think December 1st is this week coming up. And so we can literally say 60 days. Now, we did fall off a little bit with Thanksgiving. I ate a little bit of sweet potatoes and a little bit of baked mac and cheese. And I really had more than a little bit of stuffing because I love bread. I'm a bread person. I really love bread. I love sandwiches. I love tacos. Anything that's wrapped up in bread, I'm pretty much going to love it. And so that's been really, really hard. And for me, I just got this crazy, crazy body and the way things just, I don't know. It took me a whole 30 days to lose 13 pounds. Everybody else that was doing it dropped 13 in the first week or two. So whatever. But I figure like this, if it's slow paced, it'll stay off. So, it won't come back as fast. You also have people who not only do they do their New Year's resolution, but they also make a list of the accomplishments that they plan to have for the year. And usually that list is separate from New Year's resolutions because the accomplishments are pretty much on a career-based level. And so also personal development, like I want to get this car. That's not a New Year's resolution. New Year's resolution is always to improve something that you know that you need improvement on. Accomplishments for the year usually are I want to get this new car. I want to move into a house by, the second quarter of the year.
Mostly goals.
Yeah, goals. They're more like goals and ambitions. And so we all probably write them down. But I'm going to tell you how to actually put all the ingredients in to actually make it happen. So this is the personal development cycle that we may or may not adapt to. But the first thing you want to do is actually to establish what your purpose is for actually creating your personal plan. Is it to improve your career, which would fall under professional, or is it to maybe get more organized at home, get the family more structured, get the family eating better, maybe cutting out the carbs and the sugar and maybe stopping that whole fast food killer process of doing things. Because we don't eat any fast food anything. We have never, not never. I mean, we were Big Mac freaks for years.
You kidding me? That fish.
And don't let the special come on.
That fish fillet used to get me every time they run a special.
And think about it. At the beginning of every year, what does McDonald's do? They run those specials. They run those specials because it's setting you up for failure for the entire rest of the year. Because you start eating that Big Mac and trust me, you're just doomed for the rest of the year. Once you establish the purpose, the second step is going to be to identify how the need for it. Why are you doing this? Why is it important? How did it make your list? And let's see if I can put a little circle around this. Yeah. How did it make your list? Actually, that won't work. I need a clear one. How did it make your list? So if it made your list, there we go. Why? So identify it. Tell yourself why it's on the list. Tell yourself why you actually decided that it was going to be on the list and what purpose it has. Okay? Next, you're going to take a look at how you can make it happen. What development opportunities are out there for you? Maybe you want to take a class. Maybe you want to do some research on the internet. Maybe you want to read a couple of books about how-to guides. Look at how you can develop these ideas that you have for your personal improvement. And then once you do that, you got to formulate the plan. Because when you formulate the plan, then what happens is you actually have the ability to implement it because you have an action plan. And this should be a written action plan. This shouldn't be something that you formulate in your head. You should write it down And one of the templates that we're going to give you, actually several of the templates that we're going to give you for just tuning into our show and listening to our show, we're going to give you the tools that you need in order to complete these tasks.
And one of the reasons, or like a couple of reasons why you write it down, because you can always come back to it. Everybody has an idea of doing good, but if you write it down, you're able to go and go back and retrospect on it. And a lot of things too. You can't pick up my plan, the sister's plan, or the aunt's plan. It has to be your plan.
Exactly.
Your plan, unique to you.
And once you
make it work.
And once you formulate it, then of course, what's next? To start to do it. So undertaking that plan and putting it in place. So start to do it. Now, don't make your plan of action more difficult than it needs to be. You don't want it to be something that is unattainable or unaccomplishable. You know, you don't want to be in a position where you really can't get it done. So you don't want to sabotage yourself before you even get started.
Failing from the door.
You're right. Don't set yourself up for it. Now, once you do that, then the last 2 steps is to, and I'm going to put these out right here, is to record how the plan has been working for you. Right. Record it.
So you want to keep a journal, right?
Right, exactly. Keep a journal. It could be a journal or paper. Get yourself a notebook. Get one of these. I love these things. These steno, these old-fashioned steno pads.
Oh, you know steno.
Yeah, I love them. I have one for everything. And luckily, I was at a Goodwill store one day, and they had about a dozen of them, or flea market somewhere, and a dozen of them. I paid like $5. I was in it. So you just actually record the outcomes, and then this is the most important part of all of it, and that is to review it. Make sure that you're reviewing and evaluating your plan of action, so that you definitely are able to see where your faults are, deficiencies, progress, how great you're doing, room for improvement, all of that. I always tell people in the simplest way, people back up all their data. You know, companies back up the data, but they never go back and check it. They never see if the backup worked, especially QuickBooks. They'll do that backup procedure, file, backup, save it to the flash drive, take the flash drive out, put it in the drawer, take it to another disposed location because it's got so much, confidential data on it. And then when the system crashes, they go to get the backup, put it in, and it never works. Don't let your plan be like that either. Don't let your plan be like that either. All right, so you got the cycle. You know how it's going to work. We're going to send you this in the template, in the package that you'll get for attending this actual very, very informative workshop that we're doing at the TBYRD Live e-show. And you don't have to worry about taking notes or trying to rewind the live broadcast that's, going to be recorded and available. You can just wait to get the package and we'll tell you everything you have to do. Okay, now, one of the things that you definitely want to also add to your whole entire personal plan is an action checklist. And I told you the cycle that goes. So the first thing you want to do is going to put together this action checklist. And on that checklist is going to be things like we talked about before, establishing your purpose, identifying the needs, all that. So when you create this checklist of all these items that were listed in the cycle, with the checklist, you can check them off as you get them done. And it works as your roadmap to accomplishing, creating your personal plan. It's a plan of action. I mean, the whole reason you're doing this is to improve yourself on a personal level. And it could be any subject. And you don't have to take on the whole world. It may just be to eat better. It may be to, be more disciplined with your children. It may be to get your husband in check. Make sure he's doing what he's supposed to be doing when he's supposed to be doing it. No.
But it goes into, I see why you have this, this personal development cycle. It is a cycle.
Exactly, it is.
Each one of those you know, places that you've shown, there's always room for improvement. You cannot improve it on one, but you might be able to improve it on the other 5 others. So don't be discouraged, and that's what the key factors here is. You should more or less focus, and like focus is key. And like, do you know what the word focus actually means? FOCUS. Focus means to follow for the F. The O means one. The C means course, and the U means until, and the S means success. Put those all together, follow one course, and this is the course that we're giving you now until you.
All right, what is it, Rick? I love that. I love that. Hold on, let me put that in the slide so they can go ahead
and reflect upon.
And reflect upon. That is so good. Focus. So you got FOCUS.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, words are really powerful. You just have to break them down and define them.
So focus is what?
F means to follow. O means one. C equals course. And U means until. And S means success. Put them all together again.
What is U was?
Until.
What?
And S, successful. Put them all together, and what do you have?
That's cool. That really is cool. I'm glad that you put that in, and I'm glad I added it too.
Mm-hmm. And those are the guidelines one has to go by. It's so simple until people make a big hoopy deal out of it. It's so simplistic and works.
Definitely. That's cool. That's very good. All right, you have it. I even added it to the slide.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's take a look at some sample development plans. You're going to want to identify whatever your actual plan is about. You know, you're going to have a couple of parts to it. So identify your strengths, and then identify the areas for development and the opportunities that will be available to you to maintain or implement, and then any threats that may be in the way, any rivers or any mountains that you have to climb in order to get it done. And this is a sample of what we're going to send you in terms of the personal plan packet that you get for free. I mean, you have to admit, you know, especially our New Jerseyans who know us best. We've been around for a long time. We have provided information since 1990, starting off with our first radio show, which was just 15-minute segments on WTTH with the late, great Don. What was Don's last name? I can't think his name. Yeah, but Don, he owned the Touch. And then we went from a 15-minute segment to doing an hour live show at Sammons Communications. And when they shut down, we went over to radio at WOND. And for about 6 or 7 more years, I think we did the live TV show for about 7, 8 years. Mm-hmm. Then we went over to radio for about 6 or 7 more years doing live radio. And then we took a hiatus and started back with our live show. So we've always been giving out, a lot of good information for free. And we love doing it. It's been something that has been important to us. So giving away these packages has always been a part of it. So, people always say, well, free, it can't be worth too much. But sometimes free is good. If free can get you motivated, free can get you started, how can it be bad? The second template is going to be setting your goals. So you're going to use this template to, what is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to learn? What do you have to do? What support and resources will you need to get it done? And how you measure your success? And then the target date for you to review. Still following that cycle. This is all based upon this cycle. So we've actually covered this entire concept, and this is how you implement it. Because people all day long can talk about how they're going to improve and what they're going to do and all that. When you've got your written plan down and you're following this process that we're giving you, there's no way you can go wrong. Not to mention, with today's technology, you can put it on your tablet, you can put it on your cell phone. So wherever you go, if you come up with some great ideas, you don't have to wait till you get in front of a pen or paper. You can just pick out your phone, pull out your phone, text it to yourself, email it to yourself, and just keep it moving, keep it strong, and keep it going. You want to get this done by January 1st, because January 1st is going to be a new day. You're not going to sit around and talk about your New Year's resolutions. You're going to start day one implementing what you've already done throughout the entire month of December.
Well, it's better than yet. If you have a solid goal or plan, or like let's just say for instance you didn't finish out your 2018, if they list, if you didn't have a whole lot on your list and you want to pull something off there, start there first, and then start working on that. See if you can complete that before the 2019 come into play. So start today.
And think about it. It's 2019. We were all worried about 1999 and that being flipped over. Yeah.
1999, that came and passed so quickly. I might be like, showing my age, whatever. But when that came out, I was only 10 years old.
So if you was 10, I was 5.
You caught that, huh? Okay.
Yeah. You older than me.
Yeah, by what, 60 seconds?
No. More something like 6 years. Yeah, right. All right, so the last part of it is your personal objectives. And typically, you will write this at the end. I always tell people, and I don't know if I'm the only one, but they always say when you put the business plan together, you write these objectives first, and then you write the business plan. My thing is no. Get everything in place. Follow this cycle. And as you're following this cycle and identifying, seeing what opportunities that are out there for you to complete, putting together the action plan, and then actually starting to get things done, recording what you've done, and then evaluating what you've done. Now when you get to this last part, your objectives, you can clearly write down objectives that you know you can meet. If you start writing objectives in the beginning, how will you know that you can meet them?
Right, it don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense at all. Same thing with a business plan. I put a business plan. Why would you write the mission statement and executive summary? And I know people will fight me on this, and then start to build upon the executive plan. No. Find out how much it's going to cost. Document the costs for startup. Document the operating plan. Document what you need in technology. Document what you need for marketing and social media. When you look at all of those components and you document them, now you know, okay, I can really get this done because all of these pieces are in place. I know how I'm going to do it. Now let me write my executive summary because now I know what I'm going to do. So they can flow right out of me because I've done all the research, all the labor. So I challenge anyone who is teaching business development classes and will tell people to write that first. And every time I've ever been a guest speaker or anything that's relative to entrepreneurship, I always challenge them on that concept because it just, to me, works backwards. It sets people up to fail before they even get started. So there we have it. We've given you some major parts.
Well, my opinion is we really gave some incredible tips on how to more or less crush all your goals for 2019 already. So if you were
crush them, you said crush them.
Yeah, crush them.
Jumpstart, not crush like meaning accomplish. Yeah, you said crush.
Well, you crush.
Crush means they done before they get started.
No.
Most people want you to be done before you get started. Those so-called friends of yours.
But you point want us to get that and get those goals up and running and keep them going. And like the last but least, like like as far as staying on task, you need to get support. That's why we're here, so we can like give you that support, both like written and verbal. So if you have any questions with that, we can do that once, when we start going through this series a little bit more in detail. We'll be there at your disposal.
Yes. Now, next week we're going to talk about the professional. We're going to talk about this one, the professional plan. And the reason we're going to do the professional plan next, and how it even got to the list, is because of the fact that most people have jobs. They work for someone else. And they go to work every day, and their plan of action is to do a great job for the employer. And that's good. I mean, that's great. You want to do a good job. You want to be the best at whatever you do, wherever you do it.
I know what you're going to say. I know where you're going with that.
Where am I going? I'm going to see how much you know me. What I'm going to say.
No, it says a lot of people do like a great job, work with somebody else. Why not take that effort and work for yourself?
Simultaneously, while you're working for someone else, start putting together your plan of action. And it's part of your professional plan as well as your business plan. But your professional plan, I'm going to tell you what the secret is and why it's under professional and not business. You're working for a company. They probably have a marketing department. They probably have an accounts payable, receivable department. They probably have a payroll department. They probably have an inventory department where they buy product and services from. They've got vendors lists where they're getting the best bang for their dollar. So while you're at that job, you need to implement your professional plan. There's two parts to it. To make your job better, increase your education, get your skills in order, to expand upon, because you may be geared towards going into upper management. So start taking classes. Start doing whatever it takes for you to get to that next level in your professional career. But simultaneously, whatever environment you're in, learn it from every angle. Don't just go in there every day and do your job and tell people it's not in my job description. I hate people when they say that. Oh, it's not in my job description. That's not, they don't pay me. This is it. They don't pay me enough. Let me tell you something. Why they paying you? You learn everything that they're doing and how they're doing it. What better way to learn it? Would you want to start your own business and get out there and fall flat on your face and then figure out how to do it? Or would you rather be doing it while they pay? Right. Change that mindset. Change that mindset to the degree that, okay, and that's how I did it. I'll tell you straight up. When I worked at Caesars Casino, I was in every department, making friends with the top head people. Because I was a manager myself, so I was always connecting with the other managers. And when I knew I was leaving, I went to every department and found out how and what was going on in that department. So that when I went to start my own thing, I had a little bit of experience and knowledge in all those areas that make a business successful. Because it's not about your product and your service. It's about running that business. If you can run a sound business, your business will be successful. People to this day don't understand how me and Rick survived.
Through all the daggers and axes have been thrown at us.
That's right. That's right. They ride past the building, don't see a car. Why? Oh, they must be closed. No.
We online, baby.
We doing online training. Oh, they don't sell computers. No, we doing training.
Those were just few stepping stones to get where we are now.
That's right. So, don't judge a book by its cover. And don't ever say they don't pay me enough to do this. Do it. Because what you need, where you going, you're going to need it. God don't put you in that position to ignore it. He puts you in that position to gather. You ever hear that story that Jamie Foxx tells in the Ray movie? He was a little boy. His grandma made him do piano lessons. She also sang in the acting class. She also did all this stuff to keep him busy. He thought she just was doing it to keep him out of trouble. And she was. But God's plan was that he was going to use all those skills to get that Academy Award that he won for Ray. Now, I ain't going to talk about where he at right now because I ain't feeling it. But up until Ray, he was my man. He was like really killing it. He was killing it. And those piano lessons were an intricate part of him getting that acting gig, which subsequently led to him, everybody knowing his name, and not looking at him because he was playing these stupid parts, but because he really went in there and made you believe he was a blind man playing a piano, because he didn't know how to play the piano, and he had his eyes taped up, so he really looked like he was blind. And it's another story I tell people all the time. My son, he graduated with an architectural and construction management, actually 2 degrees from Norfolk State University. Architectural technology and construction management. And when he first got his first job out of college, they hired him before he even picked up his Sarah. I was so upset that he didn't walk. Right. I'm like, I'm waiting for this big moment, and you gotta be in San Diego. I mean, really? And it was Mother's Day weekend. He had to leave, so I was doubly mad. He gets out there. His dad takes him. They fly out there. They get him all set up in his little apartment, and get everything he needs. The first day on the job, he's mad because he got to go to Home Depot and some kind of place and buy all this construction stuff in order for him to do his job. He was out in the field. He thought he was going to be walking around in a suit and tie with one of them hard hats. They put him right in the field. He complained for at least a year, making $60,000 a year right out of college in 2005. 2005, he making 60 grand. He making more than me and his father ever made. It took us 30 years to make that money. And he's making his money. So, long story short, he's out there, he's complaining and whining the whole. He ends up having to come back from the West Coast to the East Coast, and he landed a job with the #1 construction management firm on the East Coast. And the reason they hired him was because he had field experience. So he knew how it worked in the field. So when he would design these buildings, he knew how they were built. And that's what they loved about his resume. So never say no. Never say what's not my job or they don't pay me enough, because everything's not about the money. So that's your personal and your professional plan. Change your mindset of how you think. It's not always about the money. I have a couple students I offered a job to who recently graduated. There's a doctor's office that wanted to hire a couple of our students, and they were only paying $10 an hour, but they were going to teach them medical billing code. And both of them turned it down because it was too low salary. Right. And I try to convince them, it's not always about the money. It's about the opportunity. Opportunity is worth millions. $15 an hour. It's priceless. $15 an hour, all you're going to get out that $15 an hour is 10, maybe 11. Because the government's going to take most of it. And what you going to spend it on? That McDonald's that you eat that I told you to stay away from at the beginning of the show? Come on, think about it. That experience and that knowledge is going to take you a long way. We have to change our mindset, people, on how we look at life in terms of opportunity. We don't have to be in the best driving, the best looking car. We don't have to be in the best looking house. But what we have to do is position ourselves so that when the opportunity comes, we are prepared. And when you are prepared, what comes next? The things you want, the car, the house, all those great things. So please, share this presentation.
You can't bend your wrist, or break the leg or whatever.
Exactly.
These are
please
things
share.
You need to do. Plan, start, succeed, so that you can grow. That's
all right. I like that too. Let me go ahead and put that in there.
Oh, come on now, not all something's good tonight. This is
yeah, you wanna roll. Let me just get you. Let me get you while you hot. What you say?
If you give me the format.
I gave it to you, but it was only a few minutes. What is it? Plan? What you say it was?
I said plan, start, succeed, so that you can grow. That's what I say. And like it's both, sometimes will be thrilling and daunting, but you got to stick with it. So you have to come in, I guess, you be looking for somebody else to motivate you. You have to motivate yourself sometimes. You have to kickstart yourself. You know, like, and that's like what? Like doing what? Doing like a higher quality of work, or just like Trina said, starting another business within a business. And that's in essence what you're doing when you work with somebody and starting your own business, because that's what I did. That's what, both of our game plan and mindset was. I used to work construction for about 12, 13 years. And every time I would go, I was like a common labor, but when I finished that job, I knew how to do carpentry, cement, electrician. I watched everything. I was like a biggie, and I was like a sponge. I was soaking up everything, because I know one day I would need that arsenal or that component in my arsenal, so I can like more or less act upon it. So good. You know what I mean? You gotta do what you gotta do, and you gotta, and like it's like Trina said, you have to change that paradigm shift. There has to be some type of paradigm shift within your life. Not nothing tragic, but just in your mindset, your way of thinking.
Be all you can be in your life, because people are dropping off like crazy. Our condolences to Eric Reynolds, Jerome Page, Eric Reynolds' family, Jerome Page's family.
Right, they're all in our prayers.
Who else? Somebody else passed in the last couple of weeks. It's just it's sad. But you know what? People won't be sad when you transition if you live the best life you could live in the time that you were alive. You know, I unfortunately, and Rick too. Rick's the last one in his family. His mom, dad, and his sisters and brother have passed on. For me, we only experienced my brother passing on. And we miss our family members dearly.
Yes, we do.
Especially since you can't ever talk to them again. So to honor them, do your best, be your best life, be your best person, and more importantly than being your best, help somebody else get to be their best. Helping other people is more rewarding than anything you can do in life, because the more you help someone else, the more God's going to help you.
Right.
And I'm going to close with that, because I want to start preaching.
Okay, you want to start preaching?
I want to start preaching. So plan, start, succeed, so you may grow. And I want to add to this.
Add to that, add to it.
I'll make some to help others. And what I say on my email, I'm going to show you that too. It's going slow, so you can really see that. There we go.
There we go.
Grow to help others.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of the things that I always say in my emails, and I probably should know this by heart, but I'm going to bring that in too.
While you bring it in, Faith, again, I'm going to be my closing out. Are we closing out at 8 or are we going to 9?
Are you crazy? We're not going to 9.
Like saying this, and like all this that we're going through, that we're right what's teaching you is all about education. And education is not a one like a one size fit all. You have to more or less fit it into your life, and that's what a lot of people have a problem with, because they look at somebody else. Always look at yourself. Don't be in a competitive mode trying to compare your life to somebody else's life, because you don't know what's happening within the background of their life. They might be having like a whirlwind over there, but they are still smiling. But you know what's on your plate. So stick with your plate. Don't try to eat off anybody else's plate. Because as we know, things fall apart and not together. So you gotta stay focused.
That's right. So I'm gonna.
The TBYRD Center wants you to know that if you're unemployed in Northern Kidney County, you can qualify for a free 12-week training program at the TBYRD Center. Yes, Kidney County residents, you can become proficient in Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Publisher, and more. The TBYRD Center is talking to you. If you listen closely, you'll also hear that free transportation to and from the TBYRD Center is also available. Become certified in Microsoft Office Professional and QuickBooks, which will land you in the position in any business office. Register today at the TBYRD Center in Pleasantville or call 484-9356 to get enrolled in a free 12-week program. 90% of all industries utilize Microsoft Office and QuickBooks on some level. If you want to learn the tools to help you land the administrative job that you need, call the TBYRD Center today. 484-9356. 484-9356. Or log on to TBYRDcenter.com. The TBYRD Center, where you just the basics.
That's been our slogan since we started. Where you learn, where you learn more than just the basics. And I want to leave you with this: everyone is born with opportunity, the opportunity to make a difference. That's my saying. That's my slogan, personal slogan. So remember, next week, tune in. You gotta register to get those templates. So let me just give you that as well.
So you can get it.
So that you can get it, yeah.
You may not think it, but you say, oh, they ain't gonna give us nothing. So, without further ado, we're gonna give you the email address and watch what we give you. And it's a open thing, because you can tell me if you haven't, you haven't like received it or not. Okay? So let us know.
All right, so hit us up at register@tbyrdcenter.com. And we will send you out the personal plan package so that you can review the cycle in more detail, as well as these templates for the actual program, personal plan template for your strengths and weaknesses, the setting goals template, as well as the personal objectives. And all you got to do is go to email us at register@tbyrdcenter.com and put in the subject the personal plan package. Personal plan package. I'll put that in there for you. Subject. And personal plan package. There you have it. How can you go wrong? You got everything that you need. Everything you need.
Sounds good to me.
Yep. And I also want to say too, happy belated Thanksgiving Day to everyone. And we hope you had a very joyful, healthy, happy Thanksgiving. And
that will cover everything.
Yeah. And we'll be back to see you next week. And we will be coming in the next, what is it? Let's see, matter of fact, let's see how many weeks it is for, so we've got the 5th, 12th, and the 19th. So we've got 3 more weeks that we'll be coming to you. And then we'll take our hiatus for Christmas holiday and be back around the no, not spring.
Yeah.
Mid-January. So definitely we look forward to you guys listening and viewing our show. And as always, we bring you a lot of informational topics, things to improve your life, educate yourself, and more. And
when I went down there to get the package, I know I missed something. You're talking about your about how many pounds you lost. You lost 15 pounds. Is that what you were saying?
Well, I might be up to 15.
What's the name of the diet? It's a keto diet.
Well, we followed it slightly because because you can't do them crazy things, eating fat bones and all that stuff. Yeah, we not into all that stuff, but we just cut down on our eliminating sugar and carbs.
Anything is Every day and age is just cutting down. You must think about, like my doctor told me when I did my physical, he said, see if you get a little bit overweight. He said, you gotta think about this. You keep going overweight, it'll be out of control. And like, just like, based upon that, I know that, like, his perception of me was like, I was getting overweight. But, based upon his, like his knowledge and awareness, it made me calm down on like, kicking away from the table a little bit, faster than I, than I usually do. But it made me conscious that I might be like obese by next year if I don't want to, gain control of myself. Just spend with the sugar, sweets, and all that good stuff that I'm not supposed to have. It still looks advertisement, but I'm on the right track. And like what I was saying, that it is 8 o'clock. Ding ding, the bell has rung.
Yep, it's time for Empire. I gotta hear my Empire, so I gotta play my music. I love to hear it. So
You
yeah.
say that so much. I think you're gonna be like a fucking spectator today.
Now what? Well, if you want to hear that noise, so they know. It's not on my speaker. Yeah, all right, it's cool. We'll see you next week. Don't forget to share on your page and let people know about this very informative live broadcast of the TBYRD show. Because we definitely gave you a lot of great information. It's going to be very useful to a lot of folks. So please share on your page. Thank you and good night. See you next week. Good night, Rick.
Thank you.
Good night.